Liverpool can sell 6 players on deadline day to fund one more signing for Arne Slot, and the next Liverpool signing has already been identified after that bombshell £60 million Jeremy Jacquet deal. But that's not the full story tonight, because behind the scenes, not everyone at Anfield is happy. There's frustration, tension, and a deadline day decision that sparked real anger around Arne Slot's plans. This is Anfield Central, where Liverpool's biggest stories break down clearly, quickly, and honestly. If you want smart Reds transfer updates without the noise, hit subscribe now and stay ahead of deadline day. Who's leaving, who's coming next, and why this transfer window could end in chaos for Liverpool? Let's get into it. Liverpool could be heading for a dramatic deadline day, with Arne Slot still open to late movement in the transfer market. While no major signing has been confirmed yet, several exits could quickly change Liverpool's plans in the final hours. The Reds are believed to be open to selling up to 6 players if the right offers arrive, with the aim of raising funds for one more addition before the window shuts. Slot is focused on balancing squad depth while reshaping the team to fit his style. Andy Robertson is one name attracting attention. The left-back is in the final months of his contract and has been strongly linked with Tottenham. With Milos Kerkez now established as first choice, Liverpool may prefer to accept a fee of around £5 million rather than risk losing Robertson for free in the summer. Curtis Jones is another player under discussion. Inter Milan have explored a loan move with an option to buy, even though Liverpool were initially reluctant to weaken midfield depth. However, Jones is understood to be keen on a move that guarantees regular playing time and could push for a switch before the deadline. Federico Chiesa's future also remains uncertain. The Italian forward has been used mainly as a rotation option under Slot and is considering a move to protect his chances of making Italy's 2026 World Cup squad. Juventus showed strong interest earlier in the window, but Liverpool are cautious, knowing his departure could leave them short in attack. Wataru Endo may also be allowed to leave. The 32-year-old has featured mostly from the bench this season, starting just 2 cup matches. Ajax showed interest earlier in January, and a move could appeal to Endo as he looks for a more prominent midfield role. Calvin Ramsey's situation depends on other deals being completed first. The right-back has been told there are stronger options ahead of him, and several championship clubs are ready to move if Liverpool give the green light. Rhys Williams is another likely departure. After multiple loan spells in recent seasons, Liverpool are expected to allow the centre-back to leave permanently if a suitable deadline day offer arrives, most likely from the lower leagues. If space and funds are created, Liverpool could move late for Roland Salah. The Galatasaray winger has emerged as a potential right-wing option, valued between £8 million and £10 million. However, his club are holding out for a higher fee due to his importance, making any deal one to watch as the clock runs down. With exits and one possible arrival still in play, Liverpool's deadline day could go down to the final minutes. All eyes now remain at Anfield to see whether Slot gets the reinforcement he wants before the window closes. Next, Liverpool signing identified after bombshell £60 million Jeremy Jacquet transfer deal. Liverpool are pressing ahead with their long-term defensive rebuild after agreeing a £55 million deal plus £5 million in add-ons to sign Rennes defender Jeremy Jacquet. The 20-year-old is set to arrive in the summer, with Liverpool beating Chelsea and Manchester United to his signature. Former Liverpool winger Jermaine Pennant believes that move should not be the end of Liverpool's plans. He says Inter Milan centre-back Alessandro Bastoni should now be firmly on the club's radar as the next potential signing. Jacquet's arrival is seen as a statement for the future, but it will not solve Liverpool's immediate defensive problems. Giovanni Leone, Connor Bradley, Joe Gomez and Jeremy Frimpong are all sidelined with injuries, leaving Arne Slot short of options at the back. There are also longer-term concerns around the centre-back department. Ibrahima Konate is approaching the final stages of his contract, while captain Virgil van Dijk will have just over a year remaining on his deal by the summer. Pennant believes Jacquet comes with a strong reputation, but admits there are still questions about how quickly he can adapt. Speaking on behalf of betselect.co.uk, he said Liverpool needed defenders and praised the club for acting early rather than scrambling later in the window. He acknowledged doubts around Jacquet's readiness for the Premier League, describing the signing as exciting but one that comes with uncertainty. Pennant suggested Jacquet may not start immediately, especially if Konate remains at the club, and sees the move as one focused on the future. However, he also left the door open for a quicker impact. Pennant pointed out that a strong pre-season could put Jacquet in contention for a starting role early next season, adding that his role in the squad will become clearer over time. Liverpool's January plans were complicated by a failed attempt to sign Lutcherell Gertruida after Sunderland were unable to secure a replacement following his loan from RB Leipzig. Slot is expected to have Leone back available for pre-season ahead of the 2026-27 campaign. Looking beyond Jacquet, Pennant feels Bastoni would be an ideal addition. He highlighted the inter-defender's versatility, noting his ability to play both at centre-back and left-back, which suits Liverpool's tactical demands. Pennant also praised Bastoni's technical qualities, explaining that Liverpool's style requires defenders who are comfortable on the ball. He suggested Bastoni's passing range and composure could offer something different, particularly when compared to Konaté's limitations in possession.
Arne Slot not getting his way as Liverpool's blockbuster deadline day transfer sparks anger. Liverpool have beaten Chelsea to the signing of highly rated Rennes defender Jeremy Jacquet, agreeing a £60 million deal late in the window. However, the move has not resolved Arne Slot's most urgent problem, with the 20-year-old not arriving at Anfield until the summer. Jacquet has been on Premier League radars for months, with Chelsea holding talks throughout January. In the end, Liverpool moved decisively with a £55 million fee plus £5 million in add-ons, a package Chelsea were unwilling to match. The French centre-back will sign a 5-year contract running until 2031, with the option of a further year. The outcome has reportedly caused frustration at Stamford Bridge, where defensive injuries have left Chelsea short and angry at missing out on a key target to a domestic rival. For Liverpool, the deal is viewed internally as a coup, especially after missing out on Mark Guéhi earlier in the season. Slot's side had agreed a £35 million deal for the Crystal Palace defender in September, only for the move to collapse before Guéhi joined Manchester City in January. Attention then turned elsewhere, but a move for Lutcherell Gertruida proved too complex. The Dutch defender is on loan at Sunderland from RB Leipzig, and the compensation and logistics required to break that deal were deemed unworkable. Despite securing Jacquet for the future, Liverpool's immediate defensive crisis remains unresolved. Jeremy Frimpong, Conor Bradley, Joe Gomez and Giovanni Leone are all sidelined, forcing Slot to use midfielder Dominic Szoboszlai at right back again in Saturday's 4-1 win over Newcastle. After that match, Slot made his position clear. He said Liverpool were trying to strengthen rather than weaken the squad, but admitted time was running out with just 48 hours left in the window. Jacquet will eventually add quality and depth, but not in the short term. The defender is understood to want to remain at Rennes for the rest of the season as they push for European qualification, currently 6th in Ligue 1. That delay leaves Liverpool with no real depth at centre-back. Leone is out for the season with an ACL injury, Joe Gomez is also unavailable, and only Virgil van Dijk and Ibrahima Konaté remain as specialist options. The situation is further complicated by Konaté's contract, which expires at the end of the campaign with little progress made on an extension. With Liverpool still fighting on 3 fronts, sitting 6th in the Premier League and chasing progress in both the Champions League and FA Cup, Slot's frustration at deadline day is easy to understand.